The train was nearly empty that night, just the hum of the tracks echoing through the mountain tunnels. She was traveling alone from Lahore to Islamabad after visiting her parents. Narrow tunnel. The cabin lights flickered, and for a moment, the reflection in the window shifted. Nadia froze. The seat behind her was empty. Yet in the reflection someone was sitting there. She turned quickly. Nothing. The seat was vacant. The lights stabilized, and she tried to shake it off. But when the train hit another curve, she caught it again. This time, the figure's hand was resting on the back of her seat. Her heart pounded. She stood up, moving to another compartment, but the moment she sat, the cabin lights dimmed once more. The sound of breathing, slow, heavy, came from the dark corridor behind her. Nadia. The voice whispered her name, low and drawn out, coming from the tunnel outside the train. She froze completely, trembling. Then the train jerked, lights flashed, and when she looked at the reflection again, the figure was now sitting beside her, its head slowly turning toward her, faceless, pale, featureless. The train burst out of the tunnel, flooding with light, and the seat next to her was empty again. But when the conductor came by moments later, he frowned. "Miss, who was sitting here? This seat's been broken for years." That was the last time Nadia ever traveled by train alone. If you enjoyed this chilling story, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more terrifying true encounters. I grew up in a quiet rural town where the nights were darker than ink, and the forest behind my house never stopped whispering. For years that wall of trees had been a part of my life, calm, endless, and strangely alive. My dad always said, "The woods remember who walks." I never knew what he meant until the summer of 2014. It started with my dog, Bruno, barking at the tree line one night. The sound wasn't his normal bark. It was low, fearful, almost trembling. I went to the window and turned on my flashlight. Between the trees I saw something move. Just a shadow, I thought, until the light caught a figure. A man standing still, body facing my house, but his head slightly tilted like he was listening. When I yelled, he didn't run. He simply took one step backward and vanished into the dark. The next morning, long toes pressed deep into the mud as if someone had been crawling beside him. Every night after that, I heard whispers from the woods. Sometimes they called my name. Other times it sounded like two people having a conversation in low voices. Right outside my window, I tried recording it once. The playback only captured a faint static and a distant voice saying, "Come out." My parents thought it was my imagination, until one night my dad went outside himself. I watched from the window as he shined his flashlight across the backyard. The figure stood slowly, taller than any person should have been, with long arms that seemed to hang past its knees. Not human. Smooth, pale, and blank. Dad came back inside, white as a ghost. "We're not going out there again," he whispered. That night, something began scratching at our back door, long, deliberate strokes, as if it was tracing the outline of the wood. Bruno hid under the table, whining. We didn't sleep. A week later, we moved out. But I still dream of those woods, and every time I wake up, I hear it again, faint and far away. The sound of someone calling my name from the trees. If this story gave you chills, make sure to like and subscribe, and never look too long into the dark.